welcome. We are Hack the Dino, and this is You Don't Know Video Games, a podcast and YouTube show where we try very hard not to speak during the opening titles, but someone either always speaks or chokes to death on their milk drink.
It's true. Every time.
I am Ben Rosenthal, the Master of Magnetism, and joined here today for our end-of-year review. 2024 is all but done and dusted, and we're going to review it. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it somewhere in the middle? Was it a three-star golf clap? You know, yeah, you existed.
I thought you were going to say a three-way.
We're not talking about your extracurricular activities, Floppy, but you might want to. I'm joined here by Floppy Starrick.
Hello, everyone. I aim that by the end of this year, I will be able to get through... Oh, wait, this is the last show. Fuck. My New Year's resolution for Dino is to make it through an intro without talking or making a noise.
And we are also joined by Anto Shea.
Hello, everyone. You're seeing and hearing the final episode of You Don't Know Video Games, hosted by Hack the Dino and Coffee. Floppy is currently hacking his guts up.
Speaking of coffee.
Hosted by CoffeeZilla. That's right. CoffeeZilla's here to take over the reins.
And protect us from lawsuits.
I have a game called Coffee Crisis.
Now, it is the... Oh, Brayden, you're here.
Hi!
The only reason this thing works.
Correct. The only reason why we're on, and we've got all this shiny, sparkly stuff. You know how many comments I've got recently, or we've got feedback-wise about how professional this whole show looks?
Yeah, welcome.
If we can only get the host to sort of match how professional it looks, we can might actually get somewhere.
And imagine if, like, the computer, like, worked well, and imagine if, like, the internet was good. Like, dude, it's only up from here.
Look, I can guarantee sometime in 2025 the internet will get better.
Whoa.
The studio maybe not, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
We'll get there. We'll figure it out.
But we are
The hosts, probably not.
No. Definitely not the lead one. We are talking about 2024 and all that it entailed. Spoiler alert, we're talking about all the job losses because that was awful. Really, though, 2024 has been a bit of a dog shit year.
I was going to say, how many cool games came out this year?
Well,
7 Rebirth came out. I was done in March.
There has been so many fucking cool games.
I just meant personally. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry
personally,
about
it's been a bit of a bastard.
that. Mine's been right.
Yeah, but you're internally optimistic.
It's true.
See?
You should do it too.
Internally
fun.
and eternally.
It's way more fun.
I'm bald. I have nothing to be optimistic about.
That's not true. Maybe it'll come back one day.
Yeah, just in patches. Little island at
Just
the front.
like Bad Boy Bubby.
Yeah. My little solar panel goes full beam and I'll get my...
Yeah, but you hate that solar panel for a sex machine. All right.
No, not even that. Anyway, it's good. We usually don't go off the rails this quickly, but I'm glad we have.
Have you seen our show before?
No, I try not to listen back to this garbage. I don't know why they do. Before we delve into 2024, let's have a quick little look at what we've been doing, because we weren't here last show.
No.
Spoiler alert, we're not going to be here after this either, but we'll get to that a little bit later on.
Maybe never again.
No, we will be back. At least I will. I'll get bored one day and just pull out the whole thing. I won't even stream it. I'll just pull out this just set up and sit here and talk to the
Then
TV.
you can't just pull it out on YouTube.
Well, I can.
No, that's RedTube or YouPorn. No.
Allegedly. All right, what have we been playing? Floppy, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Not a lot, because I run a retail store at Christmas time, which is a little bit heckers. But when I have had a moment at home where I felt the ability to make decisions, I checked out Indiana Jones. Which is not Indiana Jones. Which is not that video.
Maybe you can talk about this video
Maybe I'll
first.
talk about it. Okay. I've also been playing Lego Horizon Adventures, which is adorably amazing.
Like me.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. It's got more hair, though.
Yeah, not Lego pieces.
So it has got everything that I like from the sort of old school Lego games that have been, well, let's face it, not changed much over the last 10 years.
I swear you talked about this last show you were on.
Probably, because I'd just gotten it, I think, and I'd played like 5 minutes. I played a bunch more now. I fought a Thunderjaw. Mm-hmm. I've opened up to, what are the crypts called?
Crypts.
No, there's another word for them. But yeah, I've got my
Cemetery.
home base, which I've been customizing and opening
Forge?
up. Forge? That sounds about right.
No, he's an X-Man.
Cauldron.
Cauldron.
There you go.
There you go, Cauldron.
Wow, yeah, you got there.
That's something a witch poops in.
What? What? Not?
Yes, it is. It's their pooping cauldron.
Hate to know
Fact.
what you've been watching.
I've seen Wicked. All right.
I
know
haven't
it.
yet.
It's great film.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. But yeah, so I've been playing the heck out of this with my kids. It's a lot of fun. the beast machines lend themselves really well to the Lego designs.
Yeah.
So it looks awesome. The whole the ray tracing, it looks beautiful. Like, it is the best looking Lego game I've ever seen.
It is absolutely stunning. I've played a teeny tiny bit of it. The one big takeaway for me is Ashley Birch. The performance of Lego Aloy is so different to every other Aloy she's voiced. She's done like 5 versions now.
Really? Because Ashley Birch is amazing.
Is it not only like
Well, she
version
did.
of
She
Aloy?
did Child Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Then she did teenage/early adult Aloy. Then she did adult Aloy in Forbidden West. Then she did the clone of Aloy in Forbidden West.
And then she did an Aloy with
Spoilers.
a hamburger. It was really sweet.
And then the mother, like the original version of
Aioli.
herself.
Yeah.
She's done like 6 versions of it. It's brilliant. Anyway,
We got a lot to get through tonight.
Yeah. So I've been playing that. That's a lot of fun. That's my child-friendly game. Although I've also been playing Indiana Jones.
All right, I've also been playing Indiana Jones. So we'll talk about your Indiana Jones, go to my Indiana
How
Jones.
far are you into Indiana Jones?
Only about an hour and a half.
Okay, are you still in? Well, let's. So you open this game by replaying the first sort of opening sequence of Raiders of the Lost Ark,
And it's amazing.
it is phenomenal, shot for shot.
You feel like the movie. Because I'm assuming, like me, Floppy, you grew up with these films.
I sure did.
You wanted to be Indiana Jones. You wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to be a paleontologist. Then I saw the Indiana Jones films. I was like, fuck, I want to be an archaeologist. That's great. And then I
I just
found
wanted
out.
to be Harrison Ford.
Well, yeah, we all want to be Harrison Ford because he's amazing. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
But yeah, so you play through that section, which is phenomenal, especially if you know the movies well, and seeing Alfred Molina and Harrison Ford and all the other actors in there.
A very waxy looking Alfred Molina and Harrison Ford.
I mean, it's a video game.
Yeah.
But you're playing through that, which is set in 1936, and then jumping into a new story a year later in 1937.
Is the time between Raiders and Last Crusade.
Correct. And you know what? It also, look at that environment. That environment looks beautiful.
Yep.
So this is the beginning. But yeah, there's only one thing I've decided I don't like.
Yep.
And that is the having to move an analog stick to open the door.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like that bit.
Yep.
But that is my one gripe in what I am so far really enjoying as a game where I get to play as Indiana Jones.
Have you got the camera yet?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm up to getting the camera.
Okay.
So I'm in that area. So much like you grew up.
So you've been to like the Vatican, basically.
Yes, yeah.
You're in
I
Vatican.
broke into the Vatican, met
Yep.
the bishop, and I've dressed up in clothes, and I'm going in the restricted area. Now, admittedly, I'm not the best stealth game player in the world. So one thing I do like is the bad guys are all called fascists.
didn't
Yes.
you grow up playing Metal Gear?
Yeah, but I wasn't good at it. Like the bad guys, instead of thug 1, thug 2, it's like fascist
Fascist
1,
one,
fascist
fascist
2.
two.
And it's
Brilliant.
great. It makes me love beating the crap out of them.
1930s.
Yeah,
Right.
oh, it's in Italy in the 1930s. At least the opening bit.
There is references to Mussolini.
I was going to say Mussolini era.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Troy Baker.
is doing a fantastic job.
Like, I will, and I mean this as a compliment. I would not be surprised if they said, "Oh yeah, we used AI or some voice warping to get him to sound like Harrison Ford," because he sounds identical to prime Harrison Ford.
He doesn't
dunno,
sound like Harrison Ford.
He's pretty
He
talented.
talks like Harrison Ford. So this is how I got it. So but the reason I think it works so well is he hasn't tried to do Harrison Ford's voice.
Right.
He has done his cadence and his sort of inflections, but without trying
Sort
to
of a
mimic,
mumbling.
kind of without trying to mimic his voice, a tone, I guess is the right word. He speaks the way that Indiana Jones speaks.
Right.
And I think that's more important when you're trying to do or trying to sound like someone.
Now I know you didn't see the Game Awards,
I did not.
so I'm going to spoil something for you.
Yeah, like he came out on stage
Sorry.
with Harrison Ford.
No, they didn't. So they had Troy Baker come out with Todd from Bethesda,
Yep.
and they talked about how he did a sensational job, and he goes, "Oh, probably one other guy could do a better job than you."
Was Harrison Ford.
And then Harrison Ford came out, and he was off his tits. It was great.
Yeah.
He's
he
always
was
either
unhinged.
super grumpy or drunk.
No, I reckon they
nowadays.
got him drunk so he wasn't all surly. It was fantastic. So my one problem with it so far is the fighting.
You don't like it?
I think it's because
Or is it the left trigger, right
I
trigger?
don't like the
fighting?
left trigger, right trigger
Yeah,
thing,
okay.
but I also don't like the way. I mean, it could just be because I train in a very specific way of fighting.
But you know that's not a video game.
Yeah, I know, but it just doesn't feel real to
Okay.
me. And it could be because I'm used to having people throwing punches at my face.
You should also pick up weapons like lead pipes and hammers and stuff and
It's one thing
sneak
I
up
do love.
behind them.
Yep. Have you used the gun yet?
No, because I like to do sneaky stuff.
You Tip for everyone: don't bother using the rifle. Don't bother. What they wanted with this game was to have it feel like an Indiana Jones sort of slapsticky type humor type thing. So if you use the gun, everyone in the vicinity will come for you.
Yes.
Whereas if you pick up a bottle and belt someone over the head and then grab their body and put it in a cupboard, that's fine.
And
that
you'll make
works.
some kind of witty remark too.
Yeah, it's great.
It'll be a witty remark or some pithy comeback.
And another game I've been playing is I got the complete version of Animal Crossing Pocket, or Pocket Camp as it's
so
called.
sorry.
No, so I downloaded it purely for two reasons. One, I enjoyed the freemium game when it wasn't freemium, because then you had to pay it behind a paywall. And two, I want to support game companies. This is my actual game here, by the way. I captured this footage earlier. I wanted to support companies bringing out, instead of just ditching a game, all right, that's had its day, actually bringing out going, all right, we've just unlocked everything, removed all the paywalls, give us $10 and you can play it all you want. This is basically almost identical to the Switch game, just smaller. You have a campsite, which you can see here, that I've put all the things up. All the designer clothes, one of the really good things about Animal Crossing on the Switch was you could make clothes and hats.
And QR code them for people.
Yep. That all works on here.
That's so sick.
So you can see that I've got Link's tunic on with a Legend of Zelda hat.
I thought you were wearing a scout uniform.
It's Link's tunic. I've got a cat dressed up like a Power Ranger. I've got a robot octopus as my buddy. You've got different areas all on the map that you unlock as you progress, and you go and visit these islands and talk to other campers. Different campers come in. I can see this came from a microtransaction heavy game. It's just that now that instead of squandering your in-game currency, I've got like over 15,000 of it, and I can just buy whatever I want, make whatever I want. Truth be told, it's just a button pressing thing.
Yeah.
But it very much like the original Animal Crossing. It's a good little just zen thing.
Yeah.
Just sit there, press some buttons, find some cool stuff, and build your own campsite. Invite people in. You can also have a cabin, and that's exactly like the house on Animal Crossing. I think it's a little bit later on I go into the cabin. At the moment, I've only got the first floor unlocked, and I just made it a library with a sushi store in it. And this is just one of the islands. But at the moment, it's only $10 until the end of December. And then
And then what?
it goes up to 20.
Oh, I was going to be, and then like they sue you for the soul of your firstborn or something.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Good luck. My firstborn doesn't have one.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I highly encourage you, if you do want to check this out, or you've got the game that doesn't work anymore, to grab this, because it's everything you loved about Animal Crossing without asking for money anymore. And I highly recommend it.
It's Animal Crossing in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Good
else
fun
I
time.
played? I played the Astrobot Christmas level.
I still haven't done that.
I still haven't done that either. I haven't finished the game either.
Myself and Thomas and Alice have all finished it now.
Amazing.
Nice. You should come and do my game. All right, Anto, what have you been doing?
So I have been playing Marvel Rivals. For anyone not in the loop, it's effectively just Overwatch with Marvel characters. Such a good time.
How is it, Anto? I really want to play
It's so good. I've spent probably somewhere around 20 or so hours playing it, so not as much as I would be normally for reasons, which we'll go into towards the end of the show, maybe. But yeah, super good fun. I've been playing a lot solo, but I have done some team matches with friends and colleagues from work. It's unhinged. It's so unbalanced and so broken, but it is still fun.
Who's your main?
I started out playing as Black Widow, and then got super bored of how squishy and just easy to kill she was. So I changed to playing Star-Lord, and now I have...
Do you have your element guns?
Yeah. So Star-Lord is my main DPS character. I play Captain America as my tank. DPS is damage per second. And my healer is Jeff the Shark.
Hell yeah.
Because he's hilarious. When I say it's unbalanced, Jeff's ultimate allows you to eat people and store them in his stomach, and you can then spit them off the edge of the map and they can't do anything about it. It is the most stupid, most broken bullshit, and it's so frustrating to be on the receiving end of, but doing it to people and like a full team is so funny.
So what Marvel character is Jeff the Shark?
He's from the Pet Avengers.
That's not a thing.
It is.
Hawkeye, when it was Kate Bishop and Gwenpool rescued him in the West Coast Avengers.
This should not be a thing.
Oh, it should be. Jeff is amazing. You do not slander Jeff.
Pet
Unless his
Avengers?
last name's Keeley.
But yeah, no, absolutely. Like, everyone should get on this. It's totally free. You don't need to spend money unless you want to. It's got like a Fortnite-style battle pass, but it's really hard to understand for some reason. It may or may not get nuked into the ground balance-wise because it might get pushed. It
Brayden.
might get pushed towards
Maybe I will
like
play it.
a highly competitive thing, but I don't think it's going to. And I don't kind of want it to. Like, the fact that it's just a crazy mishmash of ridiculously overpowered, broken Marvel characters makes it fun.
What?
So, whenever you guys want to get on this, we need to get on this.
I'm playing. You know, I know what you're doing, Brayden. You're subliminally trying to get me to play the.
And there's
play the
another
game.
there's another thing I need to mention. I'm not going to bother talking about the fact that I've played Fallout 4 recently because I watched the TV show finally.
How good is it?
Amazing.
Yeah. I think I like the show more than the game.
Same.
Modders and not
Nothing
modders,
against the
sorry. What do they call them? People who go digging and things. Data miners.
Indiana
there
Jones.
we go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, trolls.
Data miners have found that all of the models in Marvel Rivals are about 6 times more detailed than they need to be
Whoa.
because the developers saw how successful Overwatch porn was,
Oh, no.
and they're hoping the same thing will happen to make Marvel Rivals more popular.
Oh.
That's the theory.
This is what we have DeviantArt for.
But why would you need DeviantArt when you can just steal models?
I love these people that go into this thing, see that they're really detailed, and that's where their brain goes.
Look, sexism sells, right?
It does.
Like,
Yes, yeah, but so does bullshit.
Do you know what
Yeah.
else sells? Sponsors buying ad time and then you creating an award ceremony around it so you can cash in on that sweet ad
I
money.
didn't like that Iron Man costume.
And we're going to talk about the Game Awards very, very briefly. Floppy, you didn't see it?
Nah, I've been
All
too
right.
busy.
Anto, did you see any of it?
I didn't watch it live. I have now watched, I think, maybe 3 trailers from it.
Okay, you haven't watched the actual show though?
Oh, I've now seen one trailer because Brayden showed it earlier.
Yep. And Brayden,
Yo.
so what were your thoughts overall?
I watched the whole dang thing.
I watched all of it up until a certain point, and then sort of my boss came to work, so I had to turn it off.
I didn't watch it live. I was enjoying my honeymoon.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Which is why I haven't played anything other than like Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Hell yeah.
Which
Hell
got
yeah.
New cards.
New expansion.
I think it's pronounced Tukug.
But I was relaxing, enjoying that, and then did manage to find time to watch the Game Awards because I enjoy that sort of shit. And overall, you know, fine. It had some like fun reveals for like stuff that I have absolutely no connection to. So like for the people who like Onimusha.
Look, if you're a big fan of Japanese mythology and cutting things up with Japanese swords,
Yeah.
this Game Awards had about 10 games for
Oh
you.
my god, so much.
Every Game Awards that happens, like everyone,
There's a common theme.
there's a common theme.
It's almost
and-
like there's a theme each year that the masses like.
Well, I think it's almost like you go back 3 years and you think,
Yep.
what were people clamoring for? Oh, they
Yep.
wanted Assassin's Creed
Trends.
in Japan.
Japan.
So that's what people started to develop, and then they've all come out this year.
Trends
and
in
Ghost of
video
Tsushima
games.
was revealed, and Sekiro was revealed about 3 years ago now.
Yep.
So
Rise of the
Mentrek
Ronin.
Yomi,
yeah, all those
Trek
games are now
Yomi,
coming
Rise
out.
of the Ronin.
Yeah.
But in terms of the overall thing, I know you have a rant that you want to get to. Do you want to save that for the end of this bit, or?
Oh, whatever. I'm
Okay,
easy.
because let's go through the fun stuff first.
Okay.
Because there were a couple things. You highlighted one thing, which I definitely wanted to highlight.
Yep.
Which was this incredible moment of this video with Amir Satvat winning the Game Changer Award, which is a new thing that they did this year. They did a really great highlight on the just work and time that
So what does
Amir-
he do, Brayden?
So he basically was looking at the shitstorm mess of an industry that we are currently in,
Oh, we'll
where
get to that.
there's just layoffs 24/7, and he was like, "This is ridiculous. Is there something I can do about this?" Because he's so passionate about video games. He loves video games. So he basically did this thing where he put a spreadsheet together, contacted game developers to try and like understand where job openings were and stuff, and like it started like a mentoring program where people would volunteer to mentor people in what they needed to work on. And like he put all this time and effort in himself and got all these people to volunteer in and has managed to get a ton of people hired in the gaming industry at a time when, like, layoffs are more precedented than ever before. Like, he is such a wonderful, nice human being, and this moment was, like, the one bit of, like, genuine hope and, like, kindness and, compassion in the entire, like, oh, it was great.
Yep, loved it. I will bring up, though, as Michael Towns said in the chat, because I was reacting to it live on our Discord, which you can head on over to hackthedino.com and join our Discord if you want to jump in the conversation. Townsy and I were basically commenting throughout it, and they had this nice, beautiful moment where Amir came on stage and accepted his award and got very emotional, very teary, and talked about how good games are made by good people and it's a travesty, blah, blah, blah. Then had an Ubisoft trailer straight after it. So...
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. But...
Keely, you fucking twat.
I think the word's twat.
I don't care what it is, but he is. You want to keep doing your positive before I...
Yes, let's keep going with some positive.
I've got to warm up.
This was in the pre-show, which is insane. Did you all like Sifu?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Am I the only person that played Sifu?
Well, have I got a game for you?
I watched the Secret Level
Floppy.
episode last night.
Did you love Sifu?
I did.
From the studio that brought you Sifu, get ready for Fifu. It's...
What?
It's Rocket League
Football
without
martial
cars.
arts.
It's Rocket League
It's
without
Sifu
the
Market-
cars.
Market- yeah.
It's just Shaolin soccer.
It's soccer.
I didn't ask for this.
Well, I tell you what, I was watching Kind of Funny react to it. That was how I watched the show. And they went apeshit at this. They lost their minds. And it's not called Fifu. That's just a funny name that people
I
have
saw
called
that
it.
in the run sheet and thought it was a misprint.
No, so it's like Sifu and FIFA. Get it? Haha.
Ah.
But no, it's actually a good title. It's called Rematch. And I feel like it has potential because
I think Fifu's much better.
soccer's the game that people like. I also wanted to feature this cool looking game, Dispatch. Now this started by Aaron Paul and Laura Bailey coming out on stage, and they had way too much chemistry.
They fucking?
Well, no, because she's happily married with a kid with Travis.
That don't mean shit.
But they had so much chemistry on stage, it was making people uncomfortable.
They're fucking.
But this is from developers that worked
Please
at
don't sue us.
Telltale. So they worked on Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands and stuff like that. It's basically it's got big Invincible vibes where it's a bunch of heroes. That's Alana Pierce.
That's Alana Pierce.
That's just Karlak.
Awesome. It's kind of just Karlak. Don't worry about it. But the cast in this is pretty stacked. I'll pause it here so we can have a bit of a look.
Holy
Aaron
shit.
Paul, Jeffrey Wright?
Aaron Paul and Jeffrey Wright, Laura Bailey, Travis Willingham, some YouTubers.
Is that Matt Mercer behind us?
Matt Mercer.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. But
He's Moist Critical. Who's Moist doing?
that's also... I don't know.
I think I'm the only person that doesn't like Matt Mercer.
What?
I find him really creepy.
Yeah,
he's
shut
not.
up.
He's like the most wholesome dude in the world.
Nah, he's slimy as fuck.
Nah, dude. Nah, dude.
I didn't say he's not talented.
It's wild to be that wrong. Now, next
Yeah,
thing I
used to
want
it.
to check
It don't
in...
matter.
I want to check in on this. Anto.
Hello.
How you feeling about this new Elden Ring game?
I am so fucking excited.
Where'd this come from?
I don't know, honestly.
So you like Battle Royales?
Yeah, I like Battle Royales.
Really, you should play some one time.
He does. He's going to be playing this one a
I gotta
lot.
play the fuck out of this.
Is this going to get Ben and Floppy into Elden Ring?
No. You
It's
need
a Battle Royale, but
you
it's
need a
still a Dark
baseline
Souls.
level of patience with Dark Souls combat to enjoy this,
fair.
I think.
That's fair.
But no,
Incorrect.
friend of a show who I think has been on before, Patrick.
Yes.
Yes.
He and a co-worker of mine, MC, we will be trioing up and obliterating this game. It's just Elden Ring with more combat options.
And it doesn't end. That sounds horrible.
Team up moves, Hades, roguelike elements. It's just a boss rush, roguelike, Fortnite Dark Souls game. And those are things that shouldn't work together, but it's absolutely going to. This will probably be Game of the Year next year for me.
And from this trailer, they kind of showed off, there's other games bosses in there.
Yeah, so the fandom's going mad because the Nameless King, which is a boss from late game Dark Souls 3, is in it. There's going to be bosses from Souls 1, Souls 2, probably Bloodborne.
That would be insane
So-
if there's Bloodborne bosses in there.
Yeah, like the fandom's going nuts, and they're like, "What about the fucking lore and the timeline? What's happening?"
Ha!
When,
what?
As a Zelda fan, welcome.
When Cal Kestis rocks up, doesn't even matter.
yeah, but like realistically, it's probably just a case of no one gives a shit about the story. Just put the bosses in there, cool. Calling it now, there will be women not wearing shoes or socks or stockings. There's just going to be feet galore in this, like there is in
gonna be
every
Marvel
Souls
rivals.
game. Yeah, it's going to be great though. Look at how sick the combat looks. Like this isn't stuff that's cinematic. That's stuff you can actually do.
Like jump.
Just launch yourself like 40 feet into the air and bring a hammer down like Thor. It's going to be great. It just looks so good. I'm going to stop ranting because I'm aware of time.
Fair
Cool.
enough.
Let's-
And
Appreciate
the
it.
one last thing to mention in the positivity powerhouse of this section, we have to talk about the freaking coolest trailer, which was at the very end. They revealed Naughty Dog's new game,
Yeah, this thing was unreal.
Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet.
We all watched this before the show.
I had to show you guys like in better quality than you watching it through this screen.
Yes, thank you.
Because-
I appreciate that.
I needed you to see it because it's stunning.
I think we needed to hear it because
Oh,
the soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Brayden and I were talking about this yesterday, and even though you said all the amazing words that tick boxes like Cowboy Bebop,
Yep.
and like 80s and like just like cutting it didn't like it was cool, and I'm like, yeah, I want to see that.
Yep.
That was next level though.
Personally, I feel like I've finally been seen.
Represented by a bold character.
There, thank you, Naughty Dog.
Just
for
play a Dark
finally-
Souls game. You can make yourself.
Finally, the bald-headed white man with a beard who's straight finally gets some representation in video games. It's about time.
Thanks to a woman in color lead character. We love it. So good.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. But no, this looks absolutely sick. It's like the retrofuturism. Like, I've never seen branding that made me excited.
Yeah.
I popped when Sony popped up.
Exactly. It's so fun, though, because it leans into that retrofuturism, like,
Yep.
You know what they've
future
done?
corporate. Oh,
It was the 70s. What people in the 70s thought the future year 2000 was going to be.
yes.
They've leaned into the Wayne's World product placement too.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so good. Like, when the Porsche logo comes up, you're like, oh my God, that's
Refreshing.
fun. But then the Sony logo pops up and you're like, that's really fun.
And then the
like the
Adidas.
Adidas shoes, and you're just like, this is sick.
Pet Shop Boys.
All right,
Pet Shop Boys.
we are running short on time, so I'm not going to be too long
Okay.
because I've spoken about Keeley and his Game Awards
Let's
before.
just go. Not
I'm
speak
going to
about-
keep this playing while
angry
you...
stuff.
No, I just want to bring up one
Ripping on.
point.
Yes.
One very, very important point. So, obviously, the Game Awards is turning more and more into a circle jerk for Jeff Keighley.
Yes.
It's all about him. And that's the first thing that really gets me annoyed is because he makes the show all about him. Now, he's a much better host now, but he's still not as charismatic as, say, Sydney Goodman, who he has host the pre-show. Naturally good, charismatic host. Keighley makes everyone know that he's friends with Kojima. He makes everyone know that he's... That's what it's really about. He's friends with Kojima.
He loves Muppets.
Well, see, that's the part that I really take issue with. So...
The Muppets specifically.
No. So it's...
Where did the Muppet touch
Who
you?
are they? They Wolford and
Stadler
thank
and Waldorf.
you. What Stadler and Waldorf? They were on there, and you know how they make really actually highly amusing cutting remarks.
Yes.
They did one on Jeff,
Hey.
and it was like, more like the Ad Awards with some
Gameplay
awards
trailers
cut
mixed
in.
in.
Yeah, and. Hey, did you know that Keeley's friends with Kojima? Oh, does Kojima know that? Like, actually really cutting things. Like, brought up really good points. And it's like, Jeff's going, yes, I know, I hear all the criticisms, and look, we can poke fun at ourselves. But then he goes and does even more of that.
Yeah.
Like, I actually want to see the Venn diagram of ad time mixed with actual game releases or one. Like, he did the thing again where he goes,
Ben,
all right,
Ben, make it even worse. Do ad time versus time spent on Game Awards.
yeah, exactly. I was about to say that. He came up and goes, right, now it's time for the next bunch of Game Awards, and then just shot off 4 or 5 awards in a row, just going, okay, next is fighting game. The nominees are this, and this. It's Tekken. Next up, we got Best Artist. Best Artist, this. It's this. All right, here's another 20 minutes of Ubisoft
And
ads.
on that, they took the time of that moment where he flew through a bunch of them to have these two make fun of him, saying, oh God, I wish the whole show was this fast.
But that's the thing. By doing that, he's sort of going, yeah, I understand, but
Yeah.
look, we're having fun with it.
Yeah.
No, you can't have fun with it. You can't acknowledge that you understand that this is an issue and then keep doing it. That's bullshit.
You can if he doesn't care. And he's
That's
getting
it.
paid.
Like, ultimately,
it's
it's
show.
his
He can
thing.
do what he wants.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's his show. It shouldn't be about him, and that's what's
No, but
upsetting.
it's his show. He can do whatever he wants.
Cool.
And we can choose not to watch it.
And I'm going to choose to keep running shit on him. Fuck you, Keely.
Just on the fighting game note, how fucking sick is it that Clive Rossfield from Final Fantasy 16 made it into Tekken 8?
But are you gutted that it's not Tifa?
No, actually.
Oh, okay. A lot of people I heard were
Clive has
saying
the
they
same
wanted
level
Tifa.
of cleavage, man.
Speaking of cleavage, Floppy.
Yo.
What happened in January in 2024? We're going to recap the show now.
Oh, shit. Okay. Now I've got to read stuff. So, recapping the show or the year? The year, I would say. So, okay, I was about to read my own name.
January was
tired.
floppy.
People, sorry. January. On the 3rd, 13-year-old Willis Gibson, made up name, sorry, became the first person known to beat the NES version of Tetris by reaching... Bullshit, really?
Yep. No one had reached the kill
Also,
screen before.
I'm reading this and learning this as you are hearing it, by the way. The first person to ever beat it?
Yeah, so reach the kill screen. You know what a kill screen is?
Yeah.
He's the first one to actually get there.
That's
13-year-old
unreal
kid.
that it's been that long.
Yeah, amazing.
On January 8th to 11th, Unity Technologies, Twitch and Discord separately announced layoffs affecting, 1,800, 500 and 170 jobs respectively.
Yep.
It sucks. There was also that was in every.
By the
sort
way,
of
yeah,
thing
so
around the world, not just gaming.
we tried to go through and I tried to get most of, but not all of the mass layoffs of the game industry this year because it has been huge and massive and I would say disastrous
Do you know why?
because everyone's getting laid off over the COVID.
It's
because
hiring.
do you want to know
over
why
COVID.
else?
Why?
Because no one's got any money after COVID with the inflation, so people aren't buying games. People aren't buying games. People can't afford to make games. People can't afford to make games. People lose jobs. It sucks. But it's
But I think it was important to highlight that
It's also
a lot
everywhere.
of people,
Yeah.
have lost their position.
yes, yeah, no, that's sucky. But it's not nefarious. It's just shitty
It's
situations.
Corporations.
What has happened to the TV?
Don't worry.
That's
Never
just
mind.
the PC.
Let's not worry.
18th, Turnip Boy robs a bank.
Did anyone play this? I know Michael Towns in the live chat.
I know Townsy would have.
Was all about it.
Yeah, okay. No, I didn't. I heard about it, but I hadn't played
I
it.
only knew about and tried out Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion.
That's the one I know about. I
That's
didn't
the
know
one
robs
I've
a bank.
played.
That's the one I knew.
I just committed tax evasion. Allegedly.
Not anymore. Now it's on the World Wide Web. On the 19th, The Last of Us Part 2
If we had viewers,
remastered.
I'd be worried.
Another one
those
of the
are the
remasters
dates.
that didn't need to happen.
Sorry, what now?
Oh, I was just talking about more remastered that didn't need to be happen. So
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2, the new game that had been out for like 5 minutes, got remastered.
Yep.
On the 19th. On the 22nd, Riot Games laid off about 530 staff. On the 25th, Microsoft laid off... I don't want to read layoff stuff.
It happened, man. You're going to
I
have
know,
to.
yeah. Lots of people got laid off over many different industries in the entire world, not just gaming.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing. I'm saying we need to be aware of it. It sucks. Anto,
Hello.
February.
So I'm talking February. So on the 7th, the Walt Disney Company announced a $1.5 billion investment into Epic Games.
And it's only 10%.
Yeah.
So much
They
fun.
only own 10%
Yeah.
of Epic Games.
Which is
and it was
nuts.
$1.5 billion.
On the 8th of February, one of the best games of the year, Helldivers 2 released.
Did anyone pre-order the controller?
No.
Did you see that it's up for pre-order?
No.
Is everyone get on their phone now?
No.
Yes. No.
It's up for pre-order on websites
Sick.
locally.
It's good because I love democracy.
Democracy is pretty great.
I love democracy.
Between the 13th and the 15th, legendary composer Koji Kondo, famous for the Mario theme and Zelda and a whole bunch of other stuff, was inducted into an anagram, but I'm not sure of the meaning of, but I'm guessing it's a Musicians Hall of Fame somewhere.
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
All included. Awesome.
Brayden, what does
Songs.
AIAS Hall of Fame stand for?
Well, the last three words do mean the Hall of Fame. It's the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences.
There we go.
There we go.
So Koji Kondo being recognized for his contribution to video games and music, which is pretty amazing. Nobuo, my boy, better be in there soon, if you're not already. On the 16th, Mario vs. Donkey Kong was released for the Switch, and I'm pretty sure Floppy played the most of this.
Finished the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember you were really on it.
It was really, really good. I played it on a plane for like a plane trip that I had earlier this year, front and back, forward and there and back, there and back
again.
Played it while I was away. Yeah, no, Mario vs Donkey Kong was awesome. I'd got to the point where I thought I'd finished. I didn't realize I was halfway through because it opens up all the same levels but different.
Did you 100% it or?
I don't think 100%. I don't know. How do you do that? Like, it's not a platinum thing with.
I would imagine it's probably like you can finish the levels with like a different
There's
rating,
like a
and you
logo
have to get
on top or something, like a little
Oh,
tick
like
or...
a gold rating. It's like, no, I didn't 100% it then, but I did finish the game.
Yeah,
So
nice.
like, I went through every level. I rolled credits. It was really, really good.
It looks fun.
I was literally talking to someone about it yesterday. As a puzzle platformer, it is probably...
I'm assuming the gold stars mean you've 100% at that level.
Yeah. Because you can get all the different presents. I think there's 3 different presents in each level.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and without just having a quick think about it now, I think this is my favourite ever puzzle platformer.
Really?
I think,
Okay.
yeah. Yep,
Cool.
I'm going to go with that's it. Unless I can think I'm forgetting something, I think this is my favourite puzzle platformer ever.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really, really well done. Like, none of the levels I found so difficult that I wanted to quit.
Cool.
But plenty of the levels I had to try a few times.
Oh, so it was I can do this. One more go.
Yes,
Yeah, it was a fairly
and it
balanced
literally was.
puzzler.
It was one more go. One more go and I've got this. I know what I've got to do. I've just got to do it.
Yep. Just got to get that good run.
But not in the way that I wanted to neck myself after 400 tries.
Jesus.
Wow.
See, I only get there after 600 attempts at one
look.
Dark Souls boss.
Casual. That's for me.
Cool. So on the 16th, Skull and Bones also released.
Completely forgot.
Complete
So did
disaster.
everybody
of a launch.
else.
Yeah, what was wrong with that launch? Like, what was it such a disaster?
It was touted as a AAA pirate adventure game, similar to like Sea of Thieves or like
Quadruple A, wasn't it?
No, but you played as a
Quadruple A.
ship.
Quadruple A. That's right.
You play as the ship, though. You
It
can't
was
get
just
off of it.
awful. It launched unfinished, buggy. It had ridiculous premium editions that didn't actually have any merit to them being a thing. It was kind of what made Ubisoft go, shit, okay, well, maybe we should delay Assassin's Creed and actually reevaluate our business and
After
become
they
not
started
scummy. Yeah.
advertising it.
Yeah. On the 20th of February, Balatro released, the game that I played wrongly for Game Club last time we were here.
Right, really?
Oh, but it's so good.
Balatro or Balatro?
Balatro.
I thought it was Balatro.
I thought it was
Balatro.
Balatro. But that could be the American accent.
I think
data.
I think I've only heard Americans say it.
Anto, have you seen this trailer?
I have not.
They got Ben Starr, the voice of Clive from Final Fantasy,
Shovel
whichever
Knight?
one,
All right.
to dress up as
Shovel Knight?
as the clown from Balatro.
I'm shocked I
Balatro.
haven't seen this.
And he's fully unhinged. It's so funny. It's great.
Yeah, I'm in love with Ben Starr. Like, his Instagram channel is unhinged.
He's in everything.
Yeah. What was the thing? He's doing a new game, Expedition 66 or
Yep,
Order
that looks
66.
good. And
Looks
then-
incredible.
I think he's straight up the new guy who's in everything.
Yeah, we should stop gushing and do that later because I will keep going.
That is fair. But Balatro is amazing.
It is. 27th of Feb, Sony Interactive Entertainment laid off another 900 employees across various studios. On the 28th, Electronic Arts also laid off 670 staff. And then on the 29th, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out, and my 6 months from that point on was pretty much just this.
How many times you platinumed it now?
We can
Why
only
are
platinum
they
a thing
writing
once.
chickens?
But you can delete the game and then do it
You
again.
still have trophies.
But you can delete them as well.
I've played through the game at least twice.
Okay, there we go.
Fully.
Why were they writing chickens?
They're chocobos. Think ostriches, but horses.
Okay. What?
Think Sephiroth, but
But yeah, no.
Just think
I will
Sephiroth.
not go on a tangent. Everyone's heard it, but this is my personal game of the year, purely because I have a bias and I understand that. Astrobot is a solid 10 out of 10, but for me, value-wise, Rebirth
Anto,
pips it.
it might be the Goatsy. We don't know yet.
It might be, but
It
I
might be.
purely doubt that it will be.
It might be, and in order for us to get to
Yeah, F2 the floppy lips was there.
F2 the
the,
flop was there, so yeah.
the Goatsy Game of the Sexy Year, we have to go through a plethora of other
This is true.
Game of the Award nominees for Hack the Dino.
How good of a word is plethora?
Oh, it's
I
great.
try and use
great
it on
word.
a weekly basis.
So I have the first Goatsy Award. This one is for most graphics, and the nominees for 2024 for the game with the most graphics, which is of course awarded to the game which easily had the most graphics. Alan Wake 2, Black Myth Wukong, Senua's Sacrifice Saga Hellblade 2 thing, Silent Hill 2
There's just
remake,
extra words in that.
Star Wars Outlaws, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Part 2, and Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, because I needed it in at least one. Some other options that were nominated.
Some other nominees that were there.
Was
but
there
didn't really...
an other and enter your own?
That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to get to spit out, but I couldn't word.
Okay.
So Stalker 2 received some votes, as did Tekken...
Some folks.
votes. Wow, what about that? As did Tekken 8's customizable menu.
The customizable
Just the menu.
Just
the menu. From Tekken 8. Anyway, the winner with 31% of the votes is Black Myth Wukong.
Woo! I haven't picked this up yet. Is anyone else going to pick it up?
I'm going to get it.
I think I'm going to get it too.
Game Boy Dad sold me on it the other day by saying it's a lot harder than people think it is.
Fuck,
So
maybe I won't get it.
I'm in.
Oh yeah, when you just said that you were interested in getting it, I was shocked.
Same.
Well, I mean, cool story, and it looks nice.
Yep.
That's as far as I'd got into
Yeah.
finding out how much I want to play it.
And
It's
it's-
Journey to the West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
And we all know that's what Goku's based on.
yeah.
And Monkey Magic.
Brayden.
Monkey Magic's so good. Coda made me start watching that this year.
Made you.
Brayden, what happened in March?
Oh, March. Well, glad you asked. Absolutely nothing that I thought was worth bringing up a video. So let's get into this March, a real slow one for everyone. On the 8th, Sega of America laid off 61 employees across its QA and localization department. 600 Activision QA workers unionized under the Communication Workers of America, creating the largest video game union in North America. Hell yeah, unions. We love that. Good work. Power to the people. On the 22nd, Princess Peach Showtime released to middling reviews.
That was alright. It was fine.
alright.
It was fine.
It just apparently didn't get as many. It wasn't as complex as probably could have been.
No.
Yeah.
Good. It's made for first-time gamers. It's
for the
made for the
lilies.
youngins, which
Yeah, bless.
is Nintendo now.
Did you say for the onions?
For the
youngins.
youngins.
Made for the youngins.
On the 26th, South Park Snow Day released, absolutely tanking.
Yeah, what'd you think of
fantasy
that,
critics everywhere.
Panto?
I didn't play it.
Yeah, but you sure picked it for the Fantasy Critic.
Oh, bless.
Oh, I forgot about the Fantasy Critic until like last month when you
I
guys
know,
reminded
Anto.
me.
Don't worry about it. You're all good. On the 28th, Relic Entertainment was sold by Sega to an unspecified investor. 240 employees
bet
were
it was
laid
Yuji
off across multiple Sega Europe studios. And on the 30th, Sea of Thieves came to PlayStation 5.
Which we still haven't played.
One day.
I played it when it first came out on Xbox.
To be
It
fair,
was
we
fine.
don't find time to line up Fortnite properly, which is free. So
That's true.
None of us are going to play games to pay for a game that we can never get time to play.
Floppy,
Yes, mate.
do you want to announce another Goatsy?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
So we have the Goatsy Award for the best remake of the year, and we sure did have some remakes.
We did.
So nominees were Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, Mario versus Donkey Kong, fuck yeah, Persona 3 Reloaded, Luigi's Mansion 2. Oh, I finished that one too.
nice.
First time ever playing it. And Final Fantasy VII Part 2. There was also some nominated... I don't know why this wasn't on the list in the first place, but Silent Hill also received votes.
Because when someone wrote the questionnaire, he forgot.
About a bunch of them. No, fair. And the winner, with 22% of the votes... Mario versus Donkey Kong. No, sorry, it's Final Fantasy VII. It's Final Fantasy VII.
Brayden,
it is.
who was the Oscar? Was it Jack Palance who...
La La Land.
No, the actual one where Aunt May from Homecoming won it.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Anyway, there was an Oscars thing a while ago, and someone pulled out and just read the name who they thought should win, not the actual winner.
Oh,
I think it was Jack Palance. I'm not sure.
Wow, he would too, and because who's going to argue with him?
Yeah, exactly. Well, no one. He's dead now. In April, a Nintendo.
A Nintendo.
Nintendo. On the 9th of April, Nintendo discontinued the online services for Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U software, which was very sad. I held a funeral for the Wii U. In that, I just...
So did Nintendo on release day.
I just jailbroke my Wii U, basically.
Yeah, same. I've done mine.
On the 23rd, Atari SA announced that the Info Games brand would be revived for... What the hell have I written
For
here?
acquired and archived titles.
that do not fit within the Atari.
The Atari.
Wow, the Atari. That's like the Temu version.
The first game released under the brand was Total Reliable Delivery Service, acquired by Atari SA from the original publisher, Tinyville. I don't know why I put that there. I don't. It was Atari news. It was a slow month.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I like the other one better, where it's Old Man Yells at Cloud, and someone's drawn a Simpsonized Cloud
Strife.
Cloud Strife there. Floppy, what happened in May?
Not a hell of a lot. My daughter turned 10. It was lovely.
Oh,
She's hit a decade. She was very happy to hit double digits. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 was released to less fanfare,
yeah, but it won an award.
but it won an award.
For Game Awards?
Did it? What did it win?
Best Actress.
It
was
won
sound design.
actress and sound design,
Yeah,
which
nice.
are the two that... they're the two that if you had to guess and you hadn't played them, you would give them to that. So it kind of just felt like people hadn't played it, but just sort of gave it to...
So that,
I don't know.
The later lady who portrays Senua in that game, she was just like a stand-in and did a really, really good job. And they
Yeah.
went, "Oh no, you're her."
So good.
Cool.
Do you reckon she'll get any other gigs?
Probably.
I mean, she's won an award now.
Yeah, I don't see why she wouldn't.
She's not
That'd
been
be
any,
nice.
like... surely she's been in, put in a film or something at this point.
I don't know. All right.
The one other thing that happened in May on the 23rd was Atari SA acquired the Intellivision brand and games catalogue.
Oh,
Will they do anything with it?
I closed the image that said Old Man Yells at Cloud.
That's all right. I'll do this. Very famous date in May as well is, of course, the 8th of May! The 8th of May!
What?
Nice.
Motorhead.
Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
See,
of.
you thought I was going to say May the 4th, but
Isn't May 8 Australia Day?
I'm a
No, wait,
Motorhead.
that's what people want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, May the 8th.
Mate.
I'm actually for that.
I'm all for it.
Hey, Brayden,
Yo!
It's been on 4 different days anyway.
you're up.
I was just saying if... No, she hasn't been in anything else yet.
That's sad.
Brayden,
Brayden, what was the indie game of the year?
Indie Game of the Year?
Yeah, you get this one.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Sorry. The award.
Yes.
The Indie Game of the Year. Our nominees were
More charisma than Jeff Keighley, this person.
Balatro,
Brilliant.
Balatro, Europa, Palworld, Never, Date Everything. We're not judging you, really. Did you see that they're adding more people? They're adding more characters to Date Everything. There weren't enough.
Is it
They're
free?
adding more. No.
Date anything more
Date
like.
anything. They've added like every voice actor you
it's
could
like
possibly
$20.
want in there.
My
They're
kind of
amazing.
date.
The Plucky Squire and UFO 50.
So many good games there.
And the winner, with 28% of the vote, was Balatro.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
What a
In
surprise.
all honesty, I'd heard of 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah. But I kind of want to date everything.
Oh, Floppy, you'd be all over this game.
I've played Never, I've played Europa,
Power
and
World, finally.
UFO 50. UFO 50 is fantastic. What a good time.
I will say I've played none of them.
Have you been enjoying UFO 50, Ben?
I have. I haven't played enough of it,
Okay.
but man, what a great time. Speaking of great time, every year we have a little fantasy critic. Brayden, what is the fantasy critic for those who aren't familiar?
Fantasy critic is basically think of fantasy football, where at the start of the year you pick, you draft your things. In this case, we're drafting video games, and we score points based on how well they are reviewed, based on Open Critic.
I do like that you think our audience knows fantasy football more than fantasy critic.
At this point, yeah.
I mean, look, Dylan
It'd be
part
like
of
when
the
you say
audience,
fantasy
so-
football, they're like, what's that? You go, we think fantasy critic.
We think it's like
and
fantasy
apply it to
critic,
sports
but
ball.
with people?
Anyway, we do it each year. I think this is the 4th year now that we have done Fantasy Critic. We have 2 leagues. We have one for hosts only, which is the 4 old mugs you see sitting here. And I think next year we're going to get Mr. Sabbath in on it. He's made a request. And I thought, yeah, why not? And then we also have a Patreon version where
all you folk are in.
all the Patreons can jump on in. Now, we're going to do the Patreon one again next year as well. So if you would like to be in, head on over to hackthedino.com and sign up to be a $2 Patreon for $2 Australian. So for those of you in America, it's like 50 cents a month. You can get access to the Patreon-only Discord, which we've been abusing a little bit too much. But we'll be chatting in there soon.
We've been abusing what?
The Patreon Discord. None of us really talk in there besides me and Michael Towns when we're talking about Animal Crossing.
Have you thought that maybe that's why no one else talks in there?
Probably. Might be. You're saying I should shut up. And you can jump in as well. Anyway, so we're going to start off with the host fantasy critic. Brayden, can you please bring up the result? Because you will find after me clamoring back my crown from last year from Brayden has won it again. You can see there.
I fucking led this thing
Yep.
all year.
Just
Floppy
like last year
was
as well.
leading the entire year.
The
And look how
entire
much
year.
money I have left. That should get me 10 more points.
Unfortunately, no. It's only in the case of a tie. It goes to how much money you have left remaining. So, for those of you listening to the podcast, Brayden won on 143 points. Floppy came second with 135, followed by me with 125. And then Anto had 85.
Brayden,
Now-
you won. You don't need to nitpick over the 0.34.
Ben, Ben said 143. It's actually gone up a point.
Oh, okay. So, it's all based on the aggregate score on OpenCritic.
I will clarify.
Yes.
When we did this, like when
Yes.
we first opened up the host fantasy critic, I basically threatened all three of you and said, if I don't get rebirth, I'm not participating.
You got
I got
rebirth.
that, and
then you didn't
according to my
participate.
own category, I won because I got the game that I wanted,
Well,
and it scored a 93. So I'm very happy.
You said you were only going to participate if you got Final Fantasy. You got Final Fantasy and very nearly didn't participate for the whole year.
Yeah, I think I put like 2 bids in like November.
no, you put a couple in towards the end. Now, what I think sunk it for you was Snow Day.
Oh yeah, that's the one that
What
absolutely
sunk
killed
it
me.
for me? There
Yeah.
was one thing I counterpicked that went.
I think-
And Endless
Space
Ocean.
Marine.
Look at how much that ruined it.
Endless
No,
Ocean.
it's only -9. That's not a big one.
I
That's
counterpicked
the
Space Marine.
Same as South Park.
Sorry, Floppy?
I counterpicked Space Marine.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that was a
counterpicked some bad ones as well. If we scroll up to
Well-
me,
Yeah, but Floppy, you got 10 points off counterpicking Snow Day.
Yeah.
Yes, but if
that's
I
true.
hadn't counterpicked Warhammer, I'd have won.
You would have won.
you would have,
But
yes.
yeah, you go back in history, the Warhammer games not that great.
Yeah.
I don't know, Vermintide
So,
was pretty good.
Unfortunately, they made a good one.
But
But I mean, some solid picks there from you, Floppy.
yeah, Floppy's picks
Yeah.
are amazing.
Look, this was the first year that I really put thought into it.
Unannounced Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Yeah,
Nice, good call.
got
God
it.
damn.
Helldivers 2. Who?
Helldivers 2.
Like, Helldivers 2 came from absolutely nowhere, and this guy called it.
But I remember what Helldivers 1 did, and it did it with no one really knowing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, Helldivers 1 came out, and there was, like, a real core team of people playing it that
Stellar
fucking
Blade.
loved it.
Like, who would have thought Stellar Blade would have got an 82?
Anime, but...
Yeah,
I was going to say Stellar Blade got an 80 boob, so it's fine.
Yeah.
No, you had some really solid choices there, Floppy. I was very worried
Thanks.
for most of the year.
Prince of Persia.
That was a sleeper.
Prince
like,
of
surprise.
Persia out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
I think mine, I think maybe I led for 2 weeks this year, and then I've just been
Is that
second
Indiana
and third.
Jones that got it for you?
Yeah,
And
no.
never.
So Never did really well for me. I just saw that trailer. I think it was Summer Games Fest. The
Yeah,
trailer
you
came
jumped
out,
on it right away.
and I just went, "Yep, that's
You did really good
Grab that
picking the indie games.
indie game." Was where all
Yeah.
my money went.
Nintendo World Championships, your nostalgia got the better of you. You
It
should
did.
know better than that.
I was not gonna like Anto with
yeah, but
seven.
he was going to
was-
let nostalgia pick a game that was going to do well.
all right, but shut up.
Yeah, look, remake was good enough.
Stop
that
being
the
so
sequel
right,
was gonna
Floppy.
do at least as well.
I think one really did me in there. I think Frostpunk 2 I chose.
As a counterpick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that really hurt.
Oof.
So had I not picked that,
Did you look at what the first Frostpunk did?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
No, so that was at the point where I needed a unannounced pick, and
I
was like,
really wanted
that.
the Dino Crisis one for you to come true because I want that game.
Yeah,
Same.
Did you see there's a new 2-Rock game?
Yes, I did.
Did you see the tactic that I pulled throughout the year?
No.
It was really devious.
Ben would snipe and drop and snipe and drop.
No, even worse than that. So for my unannounced game, I chose Mario and Luigi Brothership
Yep.
because I didn't want anyone else to have it. So if I chose it as my unannounced game, it said, this doesn't belong in this category. But because I'd chosen it, no one else could have it.
Yeah.
So I was
True.
just sitting on it until the day before it released.
So you cheated.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
No, it's a strategy.
I
Cheating
mean,
is, yeah.
at the end of the year, it does say unannounced next to it, so it's fine.
I mean, look, let's
He
be
just didn't
real.
score any points.
With the announcements from Capcom and Sega recently about reviving all their old franchises, we
Yeah.
very well could
Oh,
get
it's going to happen, but
a
it won't
Dino
be too...
Crisis in the RE engine.
But
I want
easy.
it. I want it. I want it now.
unannounced games. Whew.
But I will wait.
But what I do like about Fantasy Critic as well, so you can see the flag there next to Silent Hill 2 Remake, and they actually made a note saying, we've decided this is actually more than a remake.
No, because okay, well, if that's the case, then fucking anything else that has remake in the title should be up for that consideration because they're all different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's their choice. They're independent. It's an independent thing. Oh, jeez. Okay, calm down. They're watching. But yeah, Brayden, you won it. You took it out. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Got
Thank
your crown
you.
back.
I had some real bangers here.
Yeah, you did. Holy
Paper
shit!
Mario Thousand Year Door, which we knew was a good game anyway.
Yeah.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that the most recent Yakuza Like a Dragon games were doing well, but Infinite Wealth blew everything out of the water for that. I had a couple just sort of middies.
You picking Astrobot
Oh yeah,
was
I spent a lot of money on Astrobot.
yeah.
I think
spent
we
a lot
all
of
bid on
money on
Astrobot, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I think I just happened to have the most money at the time.
I still have $38.
See, I only put I think $20 on it.
I
So-
should have put
I think
50.
I think it's one of those things where I had more than $20 on it, and I probably put 21. Like it was some cheeky shit like that.
I did something like 15. I probably should have put just
So that's
40 because I could
another
have.
another tip. If you want to be involved in the Patreon league next year, don't do whole numbers. Always do one above what you want to go for. That's
Add
the
one.
real trick.
And now everyone's going to do 2 above.
0.5.
But
No,
yeah,
0.5.
I was very happy. Did well overall. With some good
Well,
bangers in there.
even Planet Coaster. Who
Planet
would've
Coaster too.
Planet Coaster does well.
Planet
Those
Coaster's good.
stupid sim games do great.
Yeah.
Because people like to play them to break them.
So I thought there was a stage there where I was in second, and Brayden was in first, and I thought, oh, I've got him, I can do this, as long as Indiana Jones does really well, I could actually take it home.
Yep.
And then I saw Brayden had Marvel Rivals, and I just went, oh,
Yeah, that's a cheeky extra 8 points for me. Thank you.
Yep. And that's, I think I messaged the Discord, 2 months ago, and I just went, yeah, Brayden's just won.
Yeah, I think just personally, Marvel Rivals deserves like at least an 82. It's so good.
I'm keen to get into it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I might give it a go. We'll see. All right, let's have a look at the Patreon Fantasy Critic. So
Here
well
it
done, Brayden.
comes.
I'll be
Thank
coming
you.
for my crown next year.
Thank you.
As long as...
First, probably before the first show, we might try and jump on a Discord or something.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do our picks.
Yep.
So you've got until the 16th of January to jump in our Discord,
Get in for the Patreon.
join the Patreon. All those in the live chat now, please let everyone know. In fact, go and tell everyone in our Discord. 16th. That's when we're going to be doing the trade.
16th.
The 16th? No, that's on a Thursday, isn't it?
No. Also, like we can just do it at the start of the year for the Patreons as well.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, we just
we'll
do it
just do it
start of the
whenever.
year.
100%. Get in before the new year. Like, the earlier we do it, the better. We can really get stuck into it. It'll be good fun.
Let's do it. All right. We'll discuss this in the Patreon channel soon. Patreon. So if you want to be a Patreon, hackthedino.com, click the Patreon button, and join up. $2 a month. That's all we ask. Just to help us keep these lights on, because the Dino PC is dying even more than usual.
To keep the light. Basically, we're asking you to pay Ben's power bill.
Yes, that's
Keep
right.
the lights on here.
Fantasy Critic. You want to go through this, Floppy? The winners, the losers?
Where are they? Oh, they're here. Okay, so yeah, Patreon Fantasy Critic. So there was a bunch of us in there. So we had Triple Indie, Ben, Brayden, myself, Afronix, Townsy, and Game Boy Dad.
I just want to say some of the Patreons missed out because they were a little bit too slow on the uptake. So if you're hearing me now, Patreons, I'm talking to you, Nintenvania. I'm talking to you, Sukatek. You guys, jump in the Patreon chat now on Discord. Let us know that you're in. Brayden's going to organise it again. Let's make it a big one. It makes it even harder to choose things. Anyway,
does.
sorry, Floppy. I just want to point out as well, I came second again. I've never won this league. I reckon in the past 4 years in the Patreon league, I've always come second.
I'd like to point out, had the most money left again.
Yep, and you were leading for most of it again.
Only about half of this one, I reckon. Because
really?
didn't Triple Indie like get me like halfway through the year, or was that later in the year? Am I?
Triple Indie only took it, I reckon, in the last 2 months.
So I was leading that. Yeah, I was leading both of them, wasn't I?
I was in the lead for a lot of it as well, and then slipped down to second place, which is where I finished again.
Did you mean to call yourself Man in Suit Corpse?
Yep.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought it was a typo, but made it even funnier. But it's good anyway.
Because last year he was Man in Suit Core.
Yeah.
I'm funny like that. It's a joke. I do it from time to time. Anyway, Floppy, talk us through.
Okay, so we have. You haven't got anything. Kind of got things for me to read. So, Triple Indie took it.
Yep.
100 and basically 13 points.
Yep.
Yoshinaka's cell blocks.
What?
Are you only just seeing that?
I missed that.
Really funny.
I saw it when he called it that when we first started doing it.
So funny.
I'm surprised you didn't see that earlier.
I've not been paying attention to this one because I wasn't in it.
Oh, you're going to be in it next year?
Yeah, I will. That's fun.
Who's Yuji Naka?
He was working. So he's the creator of Sonic, pretty much, father of Sonic.
All right.
He was working for Square Enix and got arrested like 6 months ago for insider trading.
Yeah.
Those sweet Sonic dollars just not doing it for you?
No.
No, see, he got hit by a spiny thing and like all his money went everywhere.
Yeah.
Money, dropped all his money.
So he needed more.
But yeah, 113 essentially, well above second place, which
Not
was...
well above.
Oh, sorry, let me rephrase. Super well above Ben at 90. No, you didn't even hit 100. It's right. I didn't even hit 90.
15 points ahead.
That's just one good game.
That's well above.
I made a really poor decision in this league. So if I had not done that, you know, I probably
Well, can we go back up to that? Game Boy Dad, what did you do to only hit 27?
Oh, you should see what Game Boy Dad did. He made some faux pas. All right, let's go to Game Boy Dad first. See the faux pas.
Russia
Not that
game
we want to
chooses you.
make fun of Game Boy Dad.
No,
but
no.
I am curious to see, did you try to be that?
So Game Boy Dad chose Fable.
Which didn't come out.
Didn't come out.
Wolf Among Us 2, which didn't come out.
Chose South Park Snow Day,
That was
which
bad.
didn't come out.
Got Frostpunk too, though.
Go down the bottom, scroll down a little bit, Brayden.
Oh,
Counterpicked Lost Crown.
Oh, that was...
And
Problematic.
his unannounced pick was Hades 2, but because it's not fully released yet, it was ineligible. So it got, even though it got a 90, he got a 0 for it.
Oh, that is
because it's
unfortunate.
ineligible. So just a lot of unfortunate
Didn't
picks.
come out stuff.
Yeah. So no fault of his own. But I mean, yeah, it's a couple of good
you did
picks.
kind of pick.
Yeah, all right, yeah, fair enough.
Let's have a look at... Well, let's have a look at Ben. You came second.
Yep.
Famously second. Forever
Famously.
second.
There we go. Warhammer.
Always
was
a
my-
bridesmaid, never a bride.
No, it doesn't count. I was going to say, the unannounced Marvel vs. Capcom game, like, they literally, I think yesterday was a mod released for
Yeah.
Infinite, which is, like, super good.
Mainline Marvel.
Yeah.
vs.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
We had a Marvel vs. Capcom game come
Oh,
out.
the Legacy Collection came out.
That's why it says mainline. That's why.
That is mainline. It's all of them. You could argue
I
that's the
think-
maniest
no,
mainline.
I believe that refers to a new one in the series.
Yeah, I know.
Nintendo World Championships, again, apparently like to die on that sword twice.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, then you did really well with the like all of your indies and stuff like that.
Yeah, Braid. I'm surprised no one
Brayden
jumped on
never.
Braid. The anniversary.
Is that the
edition
one
of
where
Braid.
you get to the end and you went, "Ooh, I'm not a great guy."
Yeah, I'm an
Yeah.
asshole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Story of my life.
I'm very pleased that Dragon Quest is doing as well as it is. Like, apparently it's selling like gangbusters and reviewing really highly.
So, funny story about Dragon Quest.
yes.
That was Silk Song up until about 4 weeks ago.
Yep. I remember saying that.
That's hilarious.
So I did have Silk Song, and I knew it wasn't going to come out this year. Probably about
How'd you know that?
August. Oh, heard it on the grapevine.
Cheated?
Insider trading.
Inside trading. So what we
Hey, there's room in Yuchinaka's cell right now.
So what we've learned, Patreons and fellow hosts, is that even when Ben cheats, still can't win.
It's not cheating if you use your industry knowledge to get the
if
inside
you-
word on
yeah,
what's
no,
going
that's exactly what that's cheating.
No, it's not.
Is you're using avenues
knowledge.
that everyone else can't have.
You could have had it. Ari's on Peary Street, Monday to Friday. You can go say hi.
Just bust into the office. Just bam.
That's all I'm saying. You're just not using enough of your contacts. Anyway.
I'm more in awe that you had those contacts and still lost.
I wouldn't have lost the Silk Song came out.
Say hi to your mum. Oh, that's me.
Persona
I
3.
only came like fourth. Don't worry about looking at that one. Let's look at Triple Indie.
All right.
Here
What
we
an
go.
absolute score this guy
Tekken
got.
6, Tekken 8, sorry, 20. Augustus.
Bless you.
you.
Thank you.
So
Like a little mini
Unicorn
orgasm.
Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord, that came out of nowhere as well and did really well.
So
And
Metaphor Refantasio, I
Amazing.
probably would have grabbed if I realised it was made by the Persona 5 team.
If you realized it was the new Atlas game.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will be picking
Stellar
it up
Blade,
soonish.
Astrobot, Metaphor, Unicorn Overlord, Tekken 8. Holy shit.
Who picked up 7
Yeah.
in the fan league?
I think that was Brayden.
Cool.
And I believe Silent Hill 2 remake he counterpicked, which cost him some points, but it didn't matter because
Yeah. What's the new
To
one?
lose 17 points and still win is
Comfortably
insane.
Hang on, by 15, Ben.
Insane.
Quite a stretch.
comfortably won. No, Triple Indy did really well. I think this is the second time Triple Indy's won the Fantasy Critic, so well done.
They won last year.
I fully expect the logic for Triple Indy with Silent Hill 2 was that every trailer up to the launch trailer, it looked rough as hell.
Oh, really?
And people had no confidence that it was going to be good.
That is true. That was a thing. Yep.
And then the launch trailer came, and people were like, what the fuck happened in
The
the
launch
last 4
trailer
months?
came, and they went, haha, we put the fog in. And all of a sudden, it had more processing speed. It was great.
It's a good game, though.
Is it?
Yeah, I've got
I
it.
played a little bit. I
Fantastic.
haven't.
Why did they go for 2 and not 1?
Because one's not as good as 2.
All right.
It's like
2 is like the cult hit.
it's kind of yeah.
So,
It's
knowing
the
your
one that it
darlings.
was the PS2 cult sort of game, horror
Yeah.
game that came out.
Like, out of the first 4, 2 was far and away the best.
Okay, cool. All right, so that wraps up the Fantasy Critic for this year. Congratulations to Triple Indy and congratulations to Brayden for taking out both the Fantasy Critic leagues. We will be back with our leagues next year, and we are hoping you will join us for that.
Let's see if we can get Ben to third place while he cheats.
It's not cheating.
It's not cheating, it's an open...
That's right.
Cheating.
It's open sourced.
Yo, with next year's game lineup already, like, I can't wait to do the draft. It's gonna be so
ridiculous.
fun.
Do you know who else is ridiculous?
Me!
And Michael Towns. Floppy, why don't you tell us about the silly fellow Michael Towns duds?
About the what?
Tell us about Michael Towns.
Michael Towns.
Game Boy games.
Game Boy games. Game Boy games. What a wonderful little chap. I say little.
He's
No,
little.
You little.
He's diminutive.
Adorably little chap. Loves to spend some of his free time making amazing Game Boy games that you can either play for free online or that you can purchase physically and play in original hardware. It is awesome. Such games such as Bonesy, as Scary Maze game, as the Floppy game, F2 the Flopocalypse, and the latest creation, Concord.
I can't wait to play that.
Have you got it?
I don't have it yet. I'm going to get a physical copy of Michael Towns.
I might do that too. Hopefully next Toy Fair you've got some there. You can head over to hacktodaydino.com and there is a link there that you can go to play his games, or if you would like to support him, purchase those games from him directly.
You go. I've got an
Just
announcement.
very quickly.
Yes.
Final Fantasy
Searching Michael Towns, just in general, if you search Michael Towns and not Game Boy games specifically, because of recent events happening in Adelaide, will bring up articles about a man named Michael Towns who was in a lot of trouble for bad stuff done to children.
Oh!
So, not the same person, just to clarify. Michael Towns, Game Boy Games, is a lovely man. Please do not get the two confused and harass him.
Yeah. Good point. I had no idea about that.
Literally
Thank
had
you,
no
Anto.
idea until now.
I'm sure Michael Towns had no idea. Speaking of Michael Towns was
How
chatting
many
to
more
me.
times can we say Michael Towns?
Michael Towns, Game Boy Games, Michael Towns,
Michael Towns,
hackthedino.com.
He actually pays us 5 cents every time we say his name.
Michael Towns has instructed me to reveal the following: that as of next year, Game Boy Games is going to be rebranded as Game Boy Streams or one other game.
Cool.
And he's going to be doing weekly streams on his YouTube channel.
Hey!
lovely.
Nice.
So be
Very nice.
sure to head over there, Game Boy Games on the YouTube channel. We'll probably put a link up on hackthedino.com. And you can also go to You Don't Know Video Games, and we will be there as well. See, I got distracted. I was going to say we'll put a link there on You Don't Know Video Games that you can go to and you can subscribe
But
to
then
us.
you
and
saw that Michael Towns had called himself Shaq Height.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Shaq Fu height.
yeah.
About that big.
Yep, absolutely. Shaq Fu.
He's about 17 pixels tall.
That's right. All right, Michael Towns.
Do you mean Brayden?
Big old things coming from Michael Towns.
Whoa.
Lots
Daily
of
vids, not streams. So daily videos over on YouTube.
daily videos, not streams. Thank you,
Daily
Michael Towns.
videos, damn.
Yeah, so-
Daily?
The man's committed.
No, so if you've been over on TikTok, Michael Towns has been streaming a lot through there, and all he's doing is cutting them down and putting them up.
Oh, smart move.
But we are Hack the Dino. This is You Don't Know Video... I almost stuffed it up. You Don't Know Video Games. YDKVG.
Y2K.
YDKVG.
I was thinking of Chris Jericho.
YDKVG.
Y2J. You don't... You don't know video games. I don't know how to speak. And this is the end of our show. Well, at least a part 1. Part 2 will be next week when we're coming at you with our faces and mouths. Until then, Floppy, what do you want to plug?
You can... your mouth, for one.
Can we just redo this?
Anto, what do you want to plug? No, we never redo. We do one take and that's it. Go, Anto. Tell us what you want to plug.
Make it count.
Do it, Anto. Do it now.
Cloud Strife.
Brayden, any fictional characters you want to ram up the Tusi?
I mean, I was going to shout out Greenlight Comics, but I guess...
Dan?
I mean, yeah. If you
No,
want.
fictional. It has to be fictional.
Oh.
Wait, well, have you seen Dan lately?
Hot dog.
Minthara.
No, that's terrible. Oh, Karlak.
Aha.
Floppy, who do you want to ram?
Too many people.
Oh,
Fictional ones.
Fictional.
Let's go.
Eve from Stellar Blade.
Oh,
Astrobot.
Claire Redfield.
Claire Redfield?
Oh, it's a good choice.
Kicks
I'll,
ass too.
I'll
Yeah.
take...
Luigi.
Literally anyone.
Yeah, I'm not picky.
Nah, Luigi's in hiding because of a CEO at the moment.
Oh.
Mario.
I will say this, though. Luigi, you get the fuck away from me. All right? I've got those pictures.
You only get to touch him like that 4 times before he says no.
We'll be back next week to round up 2024. And it's a lot more highbrow than this, trust me.
No, it's not.
It's not, but you should come anyway. Not like that.
Yeah.
Maybe like that.
You listen
Depends
to
on how
the
much
first
you like.
half of this show. You know what's going on.
I'm sorry.
You know what we're about.
I'm not sorry.